You know, it's very interesting. So, a little over 2 years ago, I think it was almost 2 years ago now, a petition went out after the Picard season three ending for a continuation of that story. Terry Matalas gave us a fantastic story with the third season of Picard. It was fantastic. It gave us action. It was a great science fiction adventure story that closed out the history of Star Trek The Next Generation. It ended on a very nice note. And because Terry, for a lot of people who believe he did, and I'm one of them, saved Star Trek and gave us what we want to see in modern day Star Trek. Picard season three was just a brilliant story. And the petition went out asking for Star Trek Legacy to continue the story. Now, we're probably not going to get, although there are stories out there, but now a TV show that's bombed. And there are people out there getting a petition together to try and save it. The Acolyte canceled. At least the announcement broke 2 days ago that the Acolyte canceled. So people aren't taking it well. I have seen videos, I've seen clips all over YouTube of people just freaking out at the idea that the Acolyte was canceled because of review bombing. Haters of modern day Star Wars. Disney caved to these people. Okay, we're going to clear a couple of things up. What a lot of you are not grappling with or not understanding is the fact that Disney is supposed to be in the business of making money, not only for itself, but for its investors as well. And unfortunately, in the past few years, Disney has been more focused on DEI agendas than they have been in the quality of their show, pushing a message that the majority of the audience, not just the fans of Star Wars, but the majority of the audience has flat out rejected. Marvel's was failing. Disney's films were failing. Star Wars was failing. And now finally Doctor Who is failing. You're not understanding that it's not just the fans who have a problem with it, but it's the major audience, the majority of the people. Disney has to make money, and they are running out of it. I hate to tell you that. You won't believe me, but it's the honest truth. They are having financial problems right now, and they can't afford any more missteps. A few months ago, Disney was in a battle for power over the company with Nelson Peltz. And the stock, when Bob Iger won, shot up to, I think it was about $119 a share. But now, after all that is over, Disney started going back to the way it used to be, and the stock started plummeting again. Investors are screaming for blood. They want to know what's going on. Disney cannot afford any more missteps. And Disney is finally getting the message that you can't use your entertainment product to promote social agendas. It's not going to work anymore. That's just the problem right there. Star Wars is a science fiction fantasy about good versus evil. But along the way, somewhere in the past 5 years, they decided to inject modern day politics into it, which started tanking the company. This is the thing you've got to understand. The Acolyte was a $186 million project that just bled money and upset what was left of the real fandom. All of you out there crying that this was done because of haters of modern day Star Wars have just better wake up to the fact that this was not a good story. Oh, okay, well, you guys like it. Yeah, that's fine. Everybody has their own idea of what a good story is, but the bottom line is the majority of the people out there rejected it. It wasn't just the haters, the fans who hate this type of Star Wars. The world rejected this, and they are rejecting a lot of this material. So as I said at the beginning of this, there is a petition out there to get Star Wars, The Acolyte, back on the air. I don't see it happening, but I still find it interesting that people have shown enough loyalty for the show that they want to bring it back. On change.org, a new petition has been launched. Star Wars fans, Bluesmith. In 1 day's time, the petition has jumped to nearly 1,000 signatures and growing. The petition creator explains that in the desperation that the series was a beacon for representation that many fans felt was lacking in the Star Wars universe for decades. There it is right there. There's the problem that you are not understanding. See, this is the thing I don't think you're understanding. The original Star Wars trilogy did not have any identity politics into it. It was just a simple, lovable action sci-fi adventure. Good versus evil. Lovable characters that we could all get behind and root for. But the minute we started putting ideology into it, that's where we started having problems. Skin color and race have nothing to do with it. All people want is to go to the movies and watch something on the screen for a couple of hours that makes them forget about modern day problems, politics. But that is not what we get from modern day Star Wars or a lot of modern day entertainment. Now think about it from their point of view. These people grew up with these characters, same as me, and to watch them get murdered off and killed off and disrespected in such a bad way so new characters could be ushered in that promote agendas that weren't even part of the universe that they grew up with. How do you think they feel about this? And you're upset at them and accusing them of racism and hatred because they just do not want to accept what's happened to the thing that they grew up with? As far as I and many others are concerned, what happened to these characters was a complete violation and they should have been done better. As for the petition itself, the real question is whether or not it will get Disney's attention. The truth is, it's done, and I don't think there's any way in hell that you're going to save this thing. It was a train wreck that no one wanted, and now that it's gone, so many people are cheering for its demise. They're happy for it. Okay, so the real truth is that the Acolyte was canceled, not because of toxic fans, and yeah, there are a few of them out there. I'm not a fan of the Acolyte. But at the same time, this show did not cancel because of us. It canceled because it wasn't a moneymaker. That is the deal here. Disney's fighting to hold on to its money. It's in a battle over Hulu right now with Comcast. Disney thinks they need to pay about $7 billion for Hulu, and Comcast is evaluating its assets at around, I think, $20 billion. They think Disney needs to pay $20 billion. And Disney's struggling to hold on to its capital right now. Warner Brothers is barely hanging in there. Paramount has been bankruptcy, fighting to see who's going to take control of the company, even though Skydance looks like it's going to be the winner. And you guys are out there crying that the Acolyte was canceled because of toxic fans. No, it wasn't canceled because of that, my friends. I know that this video is not going to help you in that regard, but it is the simple truth. Well, I'm going to end the video right here. Hope you liked it. Drop your comments below. Let me know. And until the next time, my friends, God bless.